First, I want to persuade you Biden voters who went and made a man president who told you that you're not black. Your blackness is determined upon whether you vote for him or not. He determines if you're black or not based on who you vote for. And you went out there and voted for this man and made him president. So I need you to go to my website, ignigma.com, purchase all of my books, or you ain't black. The purpose of this video, the objective, the title is The Black Greek is a White Supremacist. This guy who actually is going viral, I don't want to mention his name, basketball player, he exposed the Black Greeks, the Go Along to Get Along club, the so-called gatekeepers, who has a philosophy that they are the talented 10th and they deserve all of the resources, all of the money, and they should be the ones to survive into the future, to achieve a nirvana, a utopia integrated with the world, and only 10% of blacks will survive. And these Black Greeks, Dr. Eunice Rivers, who worked on the Tuskegee Syphilis Project, W.E.B. Du Bois, who worked with Margaret Sanger to exterminate the black population during the Negro Project. Even Dr. Martin Luther King was a Black Greek who led the so-called Negro into a burning house of integration, which led to today's destruction and devastation, with zero rights, still being murdered, slaughtered by everybody, still have poverty at a disproportionate rate, yet the Black Greek talented 10 Negroes is living lavishly, living large. They're all on TV. They're actually working with the so-called white supremacists to eliminate the so-called 90% of the gross, the expendable Negroes, the undesirables, so they could dwell on this planet with their Caucasian masters. The so-called Black Greeks don't believe that they're equal to the Caucasian. They believe that they're inferior to the Caucasian. If you read the souls of black folks at W.E.B. Du Bois, but the so-called Black Greek believe that they are superior to the Negro. And the reason that they despise this teenage man, it's not a teenage man, I call him a teenage man, that's a Freudian slip. The reason they despise this basketball player is because he bypassed college and went straight to the NBA. And when he did that, he took away the Black Greek chance to recruit him into their secret society. Because the only way to be recruited into one of these Black Greek secret societies is through college. So they got now, the student go to college for 1 year and get indoctrinated into this Black Greek secret society, in which they make an oath to work against their people forever, to eat the dry bones. The dry bones represent the mentally and spiritually dead people, the children of Israel, in the book of Ezekiel. And the Most High told Ezekiel to breathe the breath of life into the dry bones, and they became flesh. The breath of life is the truth, the knowledge of God. And this is what this basketball player is doing. And this is what the Black Greek was set up to prevent these exceptional, gifted, so-called Negroes from intervening into their plan and preventing them from being a outside force that will knock this so-called white supremacy off of its orbit, which was predicted in the so-called Woody Lynch letter. But these black so-called Greeks are the biggest enemy, the worst problem, and they're the biggest secret. They're the ones who elected Kamala and Joe Biden, because they knew they would destroy you niggas. They knew. They didn't advocate for anything, any policies. And these Black Greeks are supporting the policies against you, illegal immigrants, Asian hate crime bills, everything that doesn't benefit you. This is what these Black Greeks are supporting. These black Greeks never came to the government and passed the anti-lynching bill. They did not. These black Greeks are the ones in place to prevent resources from going to the so-called ghetto. And I know this firsthand because in 2008, winter 2008, January, I went to a program in the Urban League, Project Next, whatever it was called. And I came in a day in which the program wasn't happening. So I just came there to see what was going on. These black Greeks was in the ballroom, at least 50, 60 deep, planning a ski trip. This is what these niggas do with the money that they're giving to the community. See, the Caucasian give the money to these black Greeks, and these black Greeks make sure the money never get to you. They talk about this Black Lives Matter group is getting millions of dollars, and they're allocating it to homosexuals, transgenders, illegal immigrants, not the black community. These are the bankers. When you go to the bank and you deal with a black Greek, they're not going to help you unless you plugged in with them. These are the lawyers, the judges, the doctors. All of them is against you, the so-called 90%. And these black Greeks must be removed. They are a detriment. In the last 100 years, they have nothing to show, zero to show other than integration into a burning house, which led the Negro into prison, poverty, poor education, disenfranchisement because of integration, which helps every other group except the so-called Negro. The people of so-called color is benefiting off of the Negro, the black Greeks who led the wave of misery of the black community into master's house. The nigga trying to run away to get free. Martin Luther King led you back into the bullpen, into the outhouse, the field, to pick cotton. The black Greek is the worst thing to ever happen, and you must understand that these many of these prominent YouTube niggas are black Greeks working against you, not giving you the truth, not giving you information that would empower you. They're not giving you anything but misery, victimization, poverty, telling you that there's a supreme being called white supremacy. That's all they talk about is white supremacy. Weakness, cowardness. Talking about how you buck broken, how you can't do anything without a piece of paper with a white man face on it called money. These Negroes are the reason we're in this position, following and listening to these black Greeks. They must be rejected. They must be rejected. You must stop purchasing their DVDs, stop going to their seminars, stop traveling all over the country to listen to them talk for 2 hours while you went broke with nothing. Not even a dream, not even a vision. You just like the sound of the person's voice. That's about it.